exists, how it happens is along with the winds movement. Winds that spiral in towards a region of low atmospheric pressure. Low atmospheric pressure. So like here, if it is in the complete water bodies which is been get existing up, so it goes on a spiral complete in the formation along with this, the water also it goes in the water formation along with the winds, and when it goes like this in the formation is, when suppose this is low pressure area, which is low humidity which is been occurring, so it goes to here and it causes out the damage. And excess water flow means the complete, instead of small the flowing of the water here, then it get damages the excess flow of the water which is been get happening. So this is normal, the flow of the water, and the excess which is been no plantation, no trees, this part is been going to roll the excess water. And this is a normal stream how it is been going to get existed up. And these near to these places, settlements, all these have been going to get damaged. How the people are going to be followed up. India has a long coastline. It is being frequently faced with destructive cyclones from the Bay of Bengal. When heavy winds blow from the sea, heavy rain lashes in the land, and high waves make the sea very unsafe. These usually occur between the June and December. The worst cyclone hit the east coast in November 1977, when 6-meter high tidal waves swept across the villages in coastal area, killing 9,941 people. At least 100 villages were washed away by the cyclonic storms and the ensuing floods. Seen from air, it is seen like a sheet of water drawn over the affected areas, floating in the swelling water. So what it is when basically if the cyclones or the floods occur, it leads to the complete damaging of the structures which is been get happening up. Now how the cyclone is been get formed basically. And here on the textbook page of 19 they have been given the figure 2.6, that is cyclone in the Bay of Bengal. So this is what the figure which is been get shown here. The complete figure in this way. This is the coastal line of India, Bay of Bengal. Along with the wind, see how the water it has been going with a spherical in shape. So the water along with the wind, it goes in the water formation and to the low pressure areas it get affected. So basically here the Bay of Bengal and the coastal places it has been going to get affected, and on the other western part Arabian Sea which has been going to get affected. So this is what the challenges which is been get facing. Or if we go on the India map out, the northern part, here we have been having Arabian Sea, then next in here we have the Indian Ocean, and here we have the Bay of Bengal. So basically the coastline of India which is being get surrounded by the water bodies. Here the places of like western places, here it is about the eastern places, and here is about the southern places. So which is being get affected the complete cyclonic effects with this affecting out, then here then the complete. So basically western, eastern and southern parts of India is being surrounded with the water, and predicting, like from the last 2 days we have been witnessing the rains, and also been given the red alert, like more of rains are going to be happening. But basically in this July month we have 36% excess of rainfall which we do not require at all. So likewise the predictions like meteorological department, weather survey department, so they give the information regarding what is the weather climatic conditions. So when these type of cyclone floods which has been happening, so before that probably that side the places, the villages, the settlements of these places or this place where it might be happening or occurring of these cyclones or the floods, the people or the society need to be getting ready to face such kind of the disasters. For example, if you see who lives in the most vulnerable part of the land which is most affected by cyclones, you will find that is the people who live there with least source to defend themselves. The sea coasts are linked with the hush of the poor fisher folk, and the lowlands of the towns and the villages which gets flooded are usually inhabited by the slums of the poor. The people who live in high cement concrete buildings are able to store food, water, etc. for many days. Thus, we can see that disasters affect the poorest among the most. So, who exists near to the water bodies and near to the coastline or these places? Here, the slum people means they are not required. They are exist of the water facilities, storage facilities, no proper things which they cannot store. The slum people or to the side of this the fisher folk, the fishermen families, the fisher folk, all they are going to get access, and they are very poor and they cannot have that much of things to protect themselves when these kind of disasters which is been going to get occur. Usually, immediately the flood water received all sorts of water are polluted and became unsafe for drinking, but the poor are forced to use the polluted water and face the risk of several diseases like cholera, then there's a dysentery, jaundice, etc. Only those with resources are able to arrange a safe water to drink. Since roads are damaged, it rains heavily. Bringing in relief to the worst affected areas is not an easy. Here, people are forced to rely on their own sources to save themselves. Now imagine the situation, the rains have been occurred, the floods which has been happened. So basically the rains have been happened excess of one, the water, the roads have been get damaged. The next the water got like some people or the fisher folk, they used to get the water also will be get polluted. So that problem they need to consider. They cannot go and purchase the purified water, the water bottles which has been available. So because of that polluted water, they have been going to get contaminated diseases like cholera, dysentery, jaundice, all these are going to get affected. And if suppose the common people or any things, they want to provide to these affected people, but it is very difficult for them to go and provide the things because already there was a damage, all these hindrances which are being occurring, and due to that these people are being forced to live in that such conditions. While the immediate damage of the cyclone is also heavy, like loss of lives, crops, houses, property, etc. are more importantly, they also cause long-term damages. So basically floods and cyclones lead to the complete damages. So what kind of damages it includes? The damage of these one includes basically the first is life, the next is your livestock, the next is related to the crops, then related to the house. So these are the damages which is being get towards the effect of the cyclones and effect of the floods. And this is not a short-term damage, it is a long-term damage. It's a long-term damage means it takes very much of time to get back into the living places how they used to live before the effect of the cyclones or the floods. And if suppose a person is in the main source of the family, if it is being get washed away in the cyclone or the flood, then the family will be get disrupted. Then coming to the livestock, the animals which they are in surviving, that also will get damaged, or that animals also been washed away, die. All these have been going to affect on a long-term damages, crop failure, houses will be get washed away, destroyed. So all these are leads to the long cause of the damage. It takes time to get back to their normal type of living. For example, the life saving of most of the tools stored in the house in the form of food, tools, cattle, small shops, vehicles, boats, nets, etc. are destroyed. their working members. Daily wage workers face loss of work for several weeks till normalcy returns and therefore loss of livelihood. Farmers too not only face loss of crops but also permanent damage to their land. So these all being affected because of the effects of the cyclone and the floods. Now next part is how can the people meet the challenge of a disaster like cyclone and the floods. Now other topic like this has been occurred facing the challenge. Now after this one, if the people have been met, they have been met with the cyclone, they have been met with the floods. So what the situation for them and what type of the government is been helping, not only the government, other kind of non-government organizations, these NGOs, how they have been helping, will be going to get to know. Providing reliefs, like different kinds of reliefs, like providing food, safe shelter, and sometimes medicines. All these and the small children, they have been getting traumatized by seeing all this kind of disaster. For them also providing the counseling. All these things have been getting happened when the people have been faced these kind of challenges. How can people meet the challenge of disaster like cyclones and floods? So now this can be done through long-term planning by governments and also close cooperation between the people and the government agencies. Today, with the installation of early warning systems by the government, it is possible to predict the possibilities of natural disasters like cyclone and floods. Government thus put these systems in place and inform people about the possibility of disaster. Governments are also responsible for providing long-term security to all the people by building strong roads which are not easily destroyed. Safe Pakka houses for the people who are living in vulnerable areas like sea coast or along the rivers or in lowlands. Food, water and medical emergency teams should be kept ready whenever there is a forecast of cyclone. So what it is here the government need to do in this such kind of situations is, long-term planning which is when get required. Then next facilities. Then next comes here about the government agencies, cooperation between NGOs, non-government organizations which is going to get things out. So here in these facilities, all the sort of things like emergencies, then all this will be going to get here including then warning systems. So all these are we need to get in advance, in ready, long-term planning. Then if suppose happened is medical facilities, emergency facilities, then also we going to get provide the Pakka roads. The next the houses or the places of the areas where they have been living. So all these are need to be get provided. And then cooperation between the people and between the people, all the government organizations who have been helping. Then warning systems like meteorological department or the weather departments, they are predicting like if it is been happening also they will evacuate these people from the surrounding places. Now, how can the people prepare for the disaster? So now after this one, how can the people prepare for the disaster? Like if these are the things now, suppose the disaster has been occurred or these are on the way, due to that, what they need to do with during the time of disaster. How can people prepare for disaster? So first one, during the cyclones and floods are a seasonal phenomenon. During the cyclone, listen to announcing these informations through the loudspeakers or door to door, so that the people are being get alerted the things which has been happening up. Second one, keep an emergency kit ready at home. These kits should contain important papers, some food, some money, and emergency telephone numbers. So you need to keep an emergency kit. So in that it should be safe. It should not be if it is because cyclone water get damaged out. So in that the kit it should be safe. It should not get damaged into the water. The important documents, important papers, telephone numbers, the medical thing, emergency medical tablets, or the food which is being able to stable. So that thing should be contained in the emergency kit. Next, the nearest available place where refugee would be sought in a case of cyclone would be identified in advance. So the places near to the cyclone affected areas which have been safe, and to evacuate the people from that place to come into the safe place, that places are need to be very much easily sortable and identifiable to the people to provide the relief funds. Next, whenever necessary, the walls of the house, roofing, doors and windows should be strengthened. Like whenever you have been doing the constructions or any sort of the things, the windows, the door or the roofing place, it should be enough strong to be constructed up. Next, when you get a cyclone warning, store adequate drinking water and food grains in waterproof bags. So if they have been got the emergency, they have been alerted that cyclone warning is been given up. So at that time, in a waterproof bag, the food grains and the water, the eatable things need to be get stored up. Next, do not venture outside, especially into the sea during and after the warning has been sounded. So this must be especially for the fishermen, where the cyclones or the floods, the sea excess water, it is being very dangerous and leads to the life of the fisherman will be going to get lost. So before the cyclone warning and after the cyclone warning, the people should not venture out of the place or not to the any source of water body, because even predictions may sometimes might be go wrong, because the water will be get slowed down but rises in a sudden speed. So due to that, the fishermen or the people should not venture out, and especially into the water bodies. Next, close doors and windows and stay indoors. So basically, you need to be get safe. You need to be stay inside the places. Move to a pakka building if you feel your house is not strong enough. So when the cyclone warning has been mentioned, given up. So if you feel the place is not safe, it might be get effect on this. So you can evacuate and move to the place where they have been providing all the necessary arrangements. Next, if the cyclone strikes while you are in a vehicle, so on the way sudden heavy rains, lashes, complete strong winds are going on, you need to be keep away from the seashore. Means basically near to the water bodies, like if you take the example near to the stream, near to the tanks, you should not stay there. The next, you should not stay near to the trees, you should not stay near to the electric poles, or else the near to the things aspect place where you are being uprooted, like trees which are under the soil, then electric poles which might be fell down, complete short circuit. The next, near to the water bodies. These are the places you should not stay during the time of these cyclones or any kind of heavy winds, or during the rains also. If the cyclone wind suddenly drops, do not go out, as it will be the eye of the cyclone. Wait till the clear declaration is made officially. So you will think rain stop completely, then next we'll go out, we'll be doing all these things. So you should not immediately step out of the place. Maybe it is of stopping of the asphalt, then suddenly it lashes out very heavily, and this is what till the warning has been given, predictions by the meteorological department or weather department, you should not venture out of your place. Always listen to the radio, television for updates on the situation. Next, even after all clear has been sounded, take necessary precautions while moving out of your house. There may be partially uprooted trees or poles. So suddenly, if suppose the rains are also being get stopped, heavy rains with the storms or this one, it is been get clear. Even though at that time also you should not venture out if it is been necessary, because on the roads or side of places some trees might be uprooted, electric poles might be fallen on the roads, and not only that one, there will be like all the situations, the water is still flooding on the roads, the drainage system is being get opened. So these are the things which has been happening when the heavy rains have been get lashed up. Look after the snakes that have been come out from their holes. The next, do not enter the flood water. It might be too deep. On the roads also, drainage systems are also being get open. So all these are the things after the situation of the floods or the cyclones. As a student group, you can play a very significant role in spreading awareness about preventions, precautions. So these are the things where the persons can be get prepared to stop when the cyclones or the heavy rains or the floods which is going to get happened. Now the thing is, if you need to evacuate, evacuate is if you want to leave that place, what you need to do it out at the place. In that situation, whatever things are required, what you need to do it out, and the evacuation time is being given up. First thing, pack clothing, essential medications, valuables, personal papers, etc. in a waterproof bag to be taken to the safe shelter. So the very first thing what you have been going to do in a waterproof bag, you have been going to take away the important documents, the food grains, drinking water, then emergency medical things. All this in a waterproof bag to be taken to the safe shelter. Second thing, put furniture, clothing, appliances on bed or tables. So like electronic gadgets or the appliances like microwaves, the laptops, all these electronic aspects, clothing, furniture, whichever it is being get on the floor, you all need to keep on the bed or the tables which are been of little bit high, which cannot be easily get floated up. Then turn off the power. The main switch, the main power board we need to get switch off. Because of the wiring or something, the water will get stagnant in the switch boards or the place. If the main power is being get off, it is been little bit of safe. Next, whether you leave or stay, put sandbags in the toilet bowl and cover all the drain holes to prevent sewage backflow. So basically, regarding the sanitation, where the open drainage system or the drain holes, so need to be get covered up so that it not to be get the flooded water backflowing or any sort of insects or animals should not be get entered into the place. Lock your house and take the recommended or known evacuation routes from your area to the safe shelter. So if you have been evacuating the place, take all these precautions, lock your door and your place, and from your place to the safe destination, be sure that it need to be get prepared in your mind what is the place, where is the location, or in a safe side. Next, do not get into the water of an unknown depth or the current. So after venturing out, do not go into the like these are the places shortcut applying or these are the water we can go out of the water. All this one you should not do it out because how much of deep water being affected in the flood areas, this has been unknown. Now coming to the last part, during the floods. So these now floods has been occurred. So during that situation, during that place, what you are going to do during floods? First, drink the boiled water. Basically, what the water you have taken along with yourself, go with that water, or the natural the flood reliefs, all this, they are going to get provide all the necessary things. Next, keep your food covered. Do not eat too much. First thing is drink the boiled water. Next, eat the food which is in a little bit and do not go overall eating up. Use raw tea, rice water, tender coconut water during diarrhea. If you have been suffering with any kind of contaminated type of disease, continuous type of disease, go with the liquids rather than the solid food. Do not let children remain on empty stomach. So whoever it might be the children, not only us, because all will be get in one place. So make sure that the children should not go on empty stomach. If it goes, the medical emergency, the problems it might be, instead of decreasing, it might be more when the children will be get affected with different kinds of the diseases. Use bleaching powder and lamp to disinfect the surroundings. So these are the things will be going to get taken care by the government officials or the NGOs. Avoid entering flood waters. If you have to enter, wear proper help with the stay. Stay away from the water with over knee-deep depth. So if it is necessary, you need to step out during the time of the flush of the water. If it is not so, then stay inside. And if it is you want to go out, you need to take a wooden stick, because might be the water currents, current poles will get fallen down, the electricity wires, then the trees, then the different kinds of the insects which will be get protected. So all these you need to be taken. And if the water is more above the knee, then you should not step into that waters. Do not eat food that got wet in the flood water. So you should need not to have the food which has been get affected with the help of the flood water. Boil tap water before drinking in rural areas. Use halogen tablets to purify water before drinking. So these tablets and providing the food things, all these should be get done by the village health workers in the village level. Suppose in the cities and towns, medical persons will be taking care about the things, relief funds, emergency kit, all this will be going to be taken by the government. Be careful of snakes. Snake bites are common during the flood. So what are these things they are going to be happen? The snakes, the insects which will be get affected in these flood areas. So this is what about the lesson of the rivers which is being causing during the time of the floods and the cyclones. Now these who are those government it has been going to help is, this is being helped by the disaster team. So all these have been going to during the time of the floods, during the time of the cyclones. There is a management which is called as disaster management. Disaster management teams which has been getting involved. So these disaster management, National Disaster Management. So these teams or these are things they will be taking care during these such kind of emergencies. So this is what an end of your lesson, and you all need to go through your textual reading. And regarding this notes part, we will be going to get into your worksheet along with the question answers at the same time, along with your question answers important aspect also. This is the end of your lesson now. Thank you.